Okay, real talk, fam. Have you ever looked at a can of Play-Doh and been like, what is this sorcery? Like, it's squishy, it's colorful, it smells like childhood, but what is it? And how did it go from a weird putty to a multi-million-dollar empire? Am I the only one that doesn't even know what the heck it is? Well, if you want to know, then you have come to the right place. You curious, fun person. Alright, so, Play-Doh wasn't even supposed to be a toy. Plot twist, right? I know it's hard to believe, but this colorful, squishy stuff that kids love to mold into all sorts of shapes and figures had a very different origin story. Back in the 1930s, this stuff was invented as, wait for it, wallpaper cleaner. I'm not kidding. Imagine a time when homes were heated by coal furnaces, and the walls would get covered in soot and grime. People needed a way to clean that mess up, and that's where our story begins. It was supposed to scrub off soot from walls back when people were burning coal like it was no big deal. Coal was the primary source of heat, and it left a nasty residue on everything. So, a product that could clean that up was a household essential. Can you imagine, like, little Timmy wanting to play with his toy cars and his mom's all like, "Hold your horses, Timmy. Mommy needs to clean the coal stains with your future favorite toy." Wild, right? It's almost like a scene from a quirky family sitcom. Picture this, a mom in her 1930s dress, hair perfectly styled, scrubbing the walls with this doughy substance. She's probably thinking, thank goodness for this miracle cleaner. Little did she know she was holding the prototype of a future playtime sensation. So, this dude named Cleo McVicker, shout out to Cleo, the OG Play-Doh innovator, he created this doughy substance that could magically absorb dirt and grime. It was a hit. Cleo was a visionary, seeing a need and filling it with this innovative product. People were all over that clean wall life. They loved how easy it was to use and how effective it was at keeping their homes looking fresh and clean. It was like a magic eraser for the coal era. But then, plot twist again. Just when you think the story couldn't get any more interesting, it does. The world decided that coal wasn't the vibe anymore, and guess what replaced it? That's right, electricity. With the advent of electric heating, the need for coal diminished, and so did the soot problem. Homes were cleaner, and the demand for wallpaper cleaner plummeted. Suddenly, Cleo's wallpaper cleaner was about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. It was a classic case of a product becoming obsolete almost overnight. But here's where the story takes another fascinating turn. Enter Cleo's nephew, Joe McVicker. He saw potential in the doughy substance beyond cleaning walls. He noticed that kids loved playing with it, molding it into different shapes and figures. It was like a light bulb moment. Why not market it as a toy? Joe took the idea to a local school where teachers were looking for a safe, non-toxic material for arts and crafts. The kids loved it. They could create anything their imaginations could conjure up, and the teachers appreciated how easy it was to clean up. And so, Play-Doh was born. It was rebranded, repackaged, and marketed as a children's toy. The rest, as they say, is history. From a humble wallpaper cleaner to a beloved playtime staple, Play-Doh's journey is a testament to innovation and adaptability. Today, Play-Doh is a household name, sparking creativity and joy in children all over the world. It's amazing to think that something designed to clean walls ended up becoming a cornerstone of childhood play. So next time you see a kid playing with Play-Doh, remember its quirky origins and the incredible journey it took to become the iconic toy it is today. Okay, science time. What is Play-Doh actually made of? It's mostly just flour, water, salt, and some weird magic. Technically, it's an edible recipe, but let's be real. Everyone who's tasted it knows it's like licking a salty, crusty nightmare. Seriously, who hasn't taken a bite of Play-Doh as a kid? You're curious, you see those bright colors, you think, maybe it tastes as good as it looks? Spoiler alert, it does not. But hey, at least it's non-toxic. That's gotta count for something, right? I mean, imagine if Play-Doh was actually dangerous. Parents would be freaking out, kids would be glowing in the dark. It would be chaos. So, yeah, flour, water, salt, and a dash of don't eat this even though it smells kinda good. That's the secret sauce, people. Now, Play-Doh isn't just a toy, it's like a cultural icon. You remember those sets with the fake barbershops or the ice cream machines? Those slapped harder than your mom yelling, "Dinner's ready"? I'm talking about hours spent meticulously crafting the perfect Play-Doh spaghetti, only for it to dry out and become a crumbly mess 5 minutes later. Or the intense competition to see who could build the tallest Play-Doh tower before it inevitably toppled over. And let's not forget the iconic Play-Doh smell. That weirdly satisfying, slightly sweet, vaguely chemical aroma that instantly transports you back to your childhood living room. It's like a time machine in a can. Play-Doh became a staple in households worldwide. It was the go-to gift for birthdays, holidays, or just because. It was the ultimate tool for unleashing creativity and letting your imagination run wild. Chapter 4. The Psychology of Squish. Why we're obsessed with Play-Doh. Let's talk psychology. Play-Doh hits different because it's low-key therapeutic. It's not just a toy, it's a tool for mental well-being. Squishing it, rolling it, making random blobs. It's all about using your hands and giving your brain a break. When you engage in these simple, repetitive motions, you're actually helping your mind to unwind. It's like a stress ball, but 1,000 times more fun. Unlike a stress ball, Play-Doh allows for creativity and imagination, making it a more engaging way to relieve stress. You can literally squish your anxieties away. The act of molding and shaping Play-Doh can be incredibly soothing, helping to reduce feelings of anxiety and tension. Plus, there's something so satisfying about the texture. The soft, pliable nature of Play-Doh makes it a joy to handle, providing a sensory experience that is both calming and enjoyable. It's soft, it's moldable, it's Play-Doh. The versatility of Play-Doh means you can create anything you can imagine, from simple shapes to intricate designs. And let's be real, there's a certain sense of freedom that comes with playing with Play-Doh. It allows you to express yourself without any limitations. There are no rules, no instructions, no right or wrong answers. This freedom encourages creativity and experimentation, making it a perfect activity for both kids and adults. You can create whatever your heart desires, even if it's just a misshapen blob that vaguely resembles a cat. The beauty of Play-Doh is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It's all about the process and the joy of creation. So the next time you're feeling stressed, anxious, or just need a mental break, grab a can of Play-Doh and get squishin'. It's a simple yet effective way to improve your mood and mental well-being. Your brain will thank you for it. Not only will you feel more relaxed, but you'll also have a fun, creative outlet to express yourself. So go ahead, indulge in the simple pleasure of Play-Doh and let your worries melt away. Chapter 5. Play-Doh Fun Facts. Prepare to have your mind blown. Okay, time for some fun facts you can drop at parties to sound weirdly smart, and trust me, these are going to be the kind of facts that make people go, wait, really? So let's dive in. Over 2 billion cans of Play-Doh have been sold since it launched. That's right, 2 billion. Imagine all the creative possibilities that have come from those cans. From simple shapes to intricate sculptures, Play-Doh has been a staple in households around the world. That's enough to circle the earth. Like, a lot. In fact, if you lined up all the Play-Doh ever sold, it would wrap around the earth more than 300 times. Just think about that for a second. That's a whole lot of Play-Doh. The smell of Play-Doh is trademarked. Yes, you heard that right. That distinctive, nostalgic scent that takes you back to your childhood is legally protected. It's a unique blend of vanilla, cherry, and the natural smell of a salty dough. Yep, it's a legal vibe. This means that no other product can legally replicate that exact smell. It's one of the few scents in the world that has this kind of protection. There's an official Play-Doh Day every year on September 16th. This day is dedicated to celebrating all things Play-Doh. From its history to its impact on creativity, it's a day to appreciate this iconic toy. So mark your calendars, I guess? But wait, there's more. On Play-Doh Day, people around the world come together to create amazing Play-Doh art, share their favorite Play-Doh memories, and even participate in Play-Doh competitions. Did you know that the original color of Play-Doh was off-white? I know, right? It was initially created as a wallpaper cleaner before it became the colorful modeling compound we know today. Not exactly the rainbow explosion we know and love today. The vibrant colors were introduced later to make it more appealing to children and to spark their creativity. And get this, the largest Play-Doh sculpture ever made weighed over 700 pounds. This massive creation was a testament to the versatility and fun of Play-Doh. That's like the weight of a small cow, made entirely out of Play-Doh. Imagine the time and effort that went into crafting such a huge sculpture. It's a true work of art. Oh, and one last fun fact. Play-Doh was inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame in 1998, because obviously it's Play-Doh. This honor recognizes its enduring popularity and its impact on generations of children. It deserves all the awards. From its humble beginnings as a wallpaper cleaner to becoming a beloved toy, Play-Doh has truly earned its place in the Toy Hall of Fame. So next time you open a can of Play-Doh, remember these fun facts and share them with your friends. Who knows, you might just blow their minds too. Chapter 6. Play-Doh grows up, fancy scents and adulting vibes. In 2024, Play-Doh isn't just for kids anymore. There's adult Play-Doh, aka Play-Doh for grown-ups. They dropped fancy scents like dad sneakers and overpriced latte. Honestly, peak millennial meets Gen Z energy. I mean, who needs therapy when you can just squish some dad sneakers scented Play-Doh after a long day of adulting? It's like aromatherapy but with a side of childhood nostalgia. But for real, it's kind of genius. Play-Doh is tapping into that whole inner child trend, and it's working. Because let's be honest, we could all use a little more Play-Doh in our lives, no matter how old we are. So go ahead, embrace your inner child, grab a can of adult Play-Doh, and let your imagination run wild. Just maybe don't eat it this time. Or do, I'm not your mom. Chapter 7. Play-Doh more than just dough, it's a whole mood. So, yeah, Play-Doh is more than just a random glob of squishy dough. It's a piece of history, a creative outlet, and a whole vibe. Whether you're making masterpieces or just mashing colors together until they turn into that weird brown-gray blob, Play-Doh's got your back. It's a reminder that sometimes, the simplest things in life are the most fun. It's a testament to the power of imagination and the joy of creation. It's a big, squishy, colorful metaphor for like embracing your inner child and never taking yourself too seriously. So the next time you see a can of Play-Doh, don't just walk on by, pick it up, give it a squish, and let your inner child run free. You might be surprised at what you create. Outro, that's a wrap. Get squishin'. Alright, that's it for today's episode of What Even Is That? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment about your weirdest Play-Doh memory. And remember, life's too short to not squish something. Peace out, fam!